of contact experiences. And some of them, I would say, have the quality of reality about them. I would be surprised if it wasn't alien contact. But as I say, until I know for sure what the government's been doing, I can't say that for certain. I've got to get that sort of static cleared out of the system first to be sure that it's not an illusion induced by some kind of psychotic government agents bent on creating a new religion or something. I mean, goodness knows what kind of lunatic nonsense they could come up with. But I will tell you this, that you want to find psychosis in our country, people in need of therapy, go to the secret government and you will find people who desperately need to be on the psychiatrist's couch. The problem is, instead of being on the psychiatrist's couch, they have absolute power and the possession of unlimited sources of funds and technology of almost unbelievable potency. We've put psychotics in control of the most powerful weapons in the world. And then closed the door and said, go do this on your own. And crazy stuff is starting to come out of there, and we better watch it because we're in trouble.
Is there a central message to your contact? And is that coming from human-formed beings, or is there a presence that you...
The central message of my life is that the human soul can come free and be free in this world. There is no reason in the world why we cannot understand who we truly are, why we are here, where we are going, while there is no reason why the average individual cannot be fully empowered to meet the cosmos on his own terms. We are incredibly powerful beings. The whole system that we live in drills into us that we're powerless, that we're weak, that our society is evil, that it's crime-ridden, etc., and so forth. It's all a big, fat lie. We are powerful, beautiful, extraordinary. We have to wake up to that, and when we do wake up to that, we're going to sweep aside the cancer that is eating our government. We're going to find out the truth about whether or not there are aliens here, and we're going to be able to learn to work with them productively if they are here.
Now, is this part of the message that's coming from your...
This is the message that comes from me.
From you?
I can't tell you that I've got a message from on high. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I don't get messages from on high. Any message that I come with, I evolved in my own being and mind.
Are there let's talk a little bit about precedents. Is this part of a larger reality, sort of a hierarchy of beings? Where do your entities fit into that? I mean, can you...
I can't explain it. I have no idea. I'm not even interested in hierarchies of beings. Hierarchies bore me, because that means that somebody's got to be on the bottom. And I don't believe in the bottom. I don't think it exists. This is the universe that's all tops.
Where do these entities fit in that you're working with?
I don't know. I know where I fit in. Where we fit in, that's what matters to me.
In your book, you talk about that this is occurring in the domain of the mind, and this is a mental phenomenon in a sense, and you make the connection into their reality, with their sort of hyper-consciousness through the...
Yeah, but when I wrote that, I didn't know about the implants. This is a recent discovery, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm certain that mind control is involved, and I'll tell you why. In 1989, I had MRI scans done of 10 people who reported implants, including myself. The doctor and I read these reports. We looked at the MRI scans, and we concluded there were no implants in these people. About 2 weeks ago, I realized, after Dr. Roger Lear began taking implants out of people, that there was something wrong. So I opened up the archive and went back to the reports. And 2 of them have plain as day descriptions of classic implants in the heads of these people. Why didn't we know it? Why didn't we see that? I mean, anyone could see it. It doesn't even take a radiologist to see the things. They're described to a T, and you can see them in the MRI scans clearly. Also in 1989, a woman, Ruth Dagonet, had an implant removed from her body after her death, from her ear, from her left ear, the same place this one is. That was not studied by a single soul until 1995. Why not? Why didn't they take it directly from her body into a lab and study it? You could get the whole, you can get a basic study done of a thing like that for a couple $100. It's not expensive. Somehow, nobody did it in 1989, even though there were at least 3 confirmed implants in existence then. Now, I don't think that there's any explanation for that except mind control. My mind was, in my opinion, affected in some way. And I'm here to say that we have lost 6 valuable years because we could have known about the implant 6 years ago and we didn't.
Have you a hypothesis as to why the implants? Is it strictly mind control? Is it what's the reason for the government to?
Whoever put the implants in, I do not know why they're there, and I think that there is, and in fact I know because I'm setting it up, is going to be extensive scientific testing of these things. The scientific community is very interested because these are physical objects. They're coming out of people. They're anomalous. They cannot be explained away, no matter how many paid-off prostitutes the government puts on TV to explain them away. They can't be explained away. There's no way to explain them. They're there.
Is the nature of the experience a mystical experience, or is that just how we perceive it?
I don't know the answer. I don't know whether it is a mystical experience or simply that's the way we perceive it. All bets are off now. This physical evidence means that we don't know what we're dealing with anymore. We have to start anew in that respect. And where we start is understanding the implants and what their function is and what they do. And it's not impossible. It's not technology so far beyond us that we can't possibly understand it. I already know a certain amount about the implants because there's already been some initial studies done. We are going to understand what they do. We're going to be able to detect the signals that they generate and that they pick up if they do. There's no question about it. We will be able to do this. Within 5 years, we will know the answer of the implants. And once we know the answer to what the implants do, we will also begin to be able to understand what the true meaning of the perceptions we've had are.
Could you summarize a breakthrough and possibly the new book you're working on? Or is...
Well, sure. Breakthrough is a book about getting past fear. I'm interested in empowerment, self-empowerment, and the empowerment of other people. I will not simply sit and passively tell horror stories. I'm going to go after that fear and find a way to conquer it. I don't care whether the aliens, if they are aliens, are good, bad, or ugly. I don't care. What I care about is being able to face this in a coherent, rational, and effective manner, and you can't do that if you're scared. Breakthrough is about getting past the fear. And not by dismissing the danger, but by learning to live with it in an effective way, in a useful way, and in a reasonably cautious way. The Secret School is an attempt to go into my childhood experiences insofar as I understand them now. Everybody practically in this experience has childhood memories. It's not something that starts when you're an adult. We need to be able to access our childhood memories. I'm hoping that the Secret School is preparation for contact in that sense. I think at the bottom of this, what we're going to find is that there are real aliens here, some of them with an agenda that we don't want anything to do with, some of them who can be very useful for us to know and very productive for us to know. I think there is a human element here which has radically misused technology that they picked up from or developed out of ideas from observing alien technology, and that is interfering in this as well, and that it is a very complicated pea soup of horrors and wonders, and we need to strain that soup so that we've got just the wonders left and get rid of the horrors.
Who should read this new book?
Who should read it?
Yes.
Anybody who's interested in the contact experience. They should read my books, all of them. In fact, there's lots of books they should read, but one thing about my books that you can be guaranteed of, at least the guy who wrote them thinks they're true.
Yeah, you're the first one to really articulate the experience, weren't you?
Yeah.
So you're beginning to even look at a lot of the images of these craft that are flying around as of terrestrial origin?
I'm not trying to look, I'm just saying that I am not interested in drawing conclusions until I have facts. What the fact I have now is there are implants in people's bodies. End of story. I have videos of UFOs. I have videos of another unknown phenomenon in the sky that we had just never noticed before that seems related in some way. Others are flashing past much closer. Those are much closer. That one. It looks like living creatures. We just don't know what this is. You'll see this slowed down and so forth, so you can look at it in detail in just a few minutes. And this is just a cloud in high contrast. It's not significant. Watch now as it comes out and it moves with the flexibility of a living creature. What was that? Some of those are just an unknown phenomenon. We don't know what those are. They're obviously not conventional UFOs, but there's something strange. We have the crop circles. The crop circles are real. The attempt on the part of the intelligence community to debunk the crop circles was lame and vile. They used national public radio as the means by which they spread their lie about their crop circle makers across the United States. It was immediately picked up by all